No, on top of my head.
Good evening, everybody. Everybody's Claire Bear and
Good
Scotter.
evening, good evening. Are we on YouTube or Facebook?
YouTube.
Oh, that's okay. I just wonder why everybody wouldn't chat.
It's always on YouTube.
Uh,
As soon as you set it
I
up,
know.
it was up.
Oh, I know. We live now. I hope so.
On YouTube right now.
Dear. Yeah, excuses for being late. It's my fault.
Not my fault.
No, I'm still not 100%. So,
Good evening,
evening,
Denise.
Denise,
Sorry
my
we're late.
lovely.
And they dropped me e-cig.
I sort of.
Scotty boy. Hope you had a good day at college.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he's got that. Excuse me. He's got that thing coming
Sharon,
up.
hello.
Good evening, good evening.
Evening, Chris. Really
Evening,
bad,
Paul. You're all right, my
Hope you're
lovely.
well, my friend.
So we're going to talk tonight. Hey up, evening, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
Brilliant
We enjoyed it.
investigating
Good
Darby.
evening,
I love
Brett.
Darby. Even Brett, my love. I keep calling Brett
Andy.
Andy, and I do apologise, Brett.
I don't see it first, so I say and I say hello. I book Paranormal and then realise it's Brett.
But yeah, so tonight we're going to talk or try and talk paranormal. But I know how far that
that doesn't really go very far.
I know how far that gets us. It gets us into about 5 minutes conversation, and then I get thrown, and then
we talk about everything.
I talk about all sorts. So yeah.
So is there anything?
Let's talk about
anything in particular you guys want to talk about regarding the paranormal?
Oh, excuse me for yawning. I am so sorry. I haven't been very well all day, so
and I'm just recovering from toothache.
Oh, your face were quite swollen.
Yeah. That was a bad weekend. Money Scatter. Well.
Scatter, sorry. Scatter. Oh, dear. But, yeah. So, well, let's discuss Derby Jail to start with then. Well, it's warming up. Who saw the orbs that we captured?
You captured.
Yeah, the orbs that were captured in Hanging Mansell and Condemned Mansell. And who, when John went in tower, William and Richard, who heard the...
we'll come back to that, Brett.
Knocking. What?
What's his opinions on Bigfoot?
On Bigfoot? Oh, let's do that.
You want to do Bigfoot?
Let's do Bigfoot. Scrap what I've just said.
Scrap Derby Jail.
Scrap Derby Jail.
Not interesting.
No, let's do Bigfoot.
So Bigfoot.
I believe in Bigfoot.
Yeah, but what do you believe Bigfoot is?
I believe Bigfoot is
Is it in this? Is it in our realm? Is it in a different dimension? Is it an alien? Is it a Sasquatch? What is it? Is it humanoid? Is it?
I don't. Well, on that, I think it is humanoid-ish. I think it is humanoid-ish. Sasquatch. Did you hear the breathing? Oh no, Chris. I'll come back to that. I think it is part human.
I'm just not sure whether they're totally in our dimension, in our realm. Only because I do think there is sightings. Don't get me wrong. I think a lot of sightings of Bigfoot is false. I do think they exist, and I do think there has been sightings and there has been captures.
Yeah, I disagree.
Where I think because they're not in our dimension is because how infrequently seen, and also there's never a dead one.
Well, I suppose nobody's ever caught a dead one. Well, found a dead one, not caught one. But I don't know. I think they are human.
Yeah, you shine a light. You've got a haunted doll.
I think they are. I think they're half human, half animal. But I believe we're all aliens anyway. So to me,
Yeah,
it's But
see,
there's too much. There's too
right.
much around them. I think it's missing link that got forgotten and left behind. We're still finding unknown tribes in jungles, so it would make sense. These would.
Yeah, it's. Not from Mr. I mentioned that's why no wizard of that's what I said above, Brett. That's what I believe. Same.
I think they're a mixture.
They've got to be like, not half in order. I think where they're seen is where like a veil between the dimensions or something frequencies are close, so they can see us, we can see them.
Yeah.
But it'd be like in a certain area.
What? So it's like then. So like somebody's mountain climbing and they come too close.
No, not to them, but it'd be like a certain area. Say, I don't know. I'm not saying this is right, but we'll say a 3 mile area.
Yeah.
In a certain place, in different places. Right, it might be on ley lines, it might be on crossing the ley line. Could be somewhere where these dimensions, the frequencies are close.
Yeah.
And if Sasquatch comes into, or Bigfoot comes into that, and another person's going through that area at the same time, then the dimensions are closer, so you can see them. Whereas if they go out of that, it's like the diamond, it goes back into their own.
Same as Loch Ness Monster. I'm missing questions here. And then Steve. Good morning, Steve, my lovely.
There'd still be bones. They wouldn't be able to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I agree. I think that there's got to be something why we've never found a dead one. And the only thing I can think is that they're not in our dimension. Whether it's like I said that it's where veil or frequencies are closer in certain areas to these two dimensions, or whether they can travel between dimensions, I don't know.
What happens if, like Claire says, it is a forgotten race or whatever?
But why haven't we found a dead one?
Because they look after their own. They might. I don't know. They might. I don't know. I just know that there's not just. There's too many sightings to be seen.
No worries, Bill.
Evening, Bill.
Andy believes we're fair yet.
There's just too many sightings for something not to be there for me. But I do believe in Bigfoot and.
No, I haven't heard of the Flatwood Monster. We'll look it up.
The Flatwood Monster. Go on, shine a light. Gives a little bit more info if you can, my lovely.
I believe, like you say, like Brett says, I think they're seen in areas where that frequencies are close to dimensions, or they can travel from one dimension to another.
Yeah.
I mean, they could be fair.
They're big.
They're big.
But people have got footprints. All right, and I know things can be made up. So do you think these footprints then and stuff like that could be just what?
No, because if they travel to our dimension, then
it's
they
imprinted.
leave a footprint, wouldn't they?
All right.
I don't think the spirit or they are solid.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Nah, I don't know.
The Germans reverse.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, reverse tech in alien tech.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Reverse engineering.
Yeah.
Alien tech. Yeah, I've heard that. But I've heard it's quite a few. I mean, I was watching a program other day, and I can't remember what it was about. Well, I can. It was about this. It was about Area 51, but it was about other things that are linked to Area 51 in the same vicinity.
Yeah.
And they were saying that a lot of these alien sightings have all been covered up.
Yeah.
And that there's a lot more to it than.
Well, I believe that though.
Than what we're told.
I believe that.
And the powers that they know more than what we do. And not necessarily the government. It's people above the government. That might have been you, Brett, that were talking about that.
Brett.
I watched a stream of Brett's and
Brett that were on about that.
We're also watching some on YouTube that was similar.
Yeah, I like Brett's chit chat.
But it scares me. Yeah, I wouldn't like to meet one of them.
But again, I believe in all them. Now, whether they are, the German believes supposed to be
Belwas.
Oh, Belwas. Yes, yeah, I've heard that. But I mean, they might all be part of a different thing, but like I said, for me, I think.
I mean, I don't know if you guys saw it. I saw a program about Germans, and it was about Hitler, and it was saying about how Hitler and the Third Reich escaped from Germany, and after didn't they go to Argentina? Went to Argentina? They reckon they went to.
They reckon they were carrying. Didn't they?
They reckon they were carrying. Yeah, they were split, and they all tried to get to Argentina from different places, and there was this area set up in Argentina where they were going to carry on these experiments.
Yeah, they were. I think he got found into after it. Didn't they find it? They did find it out because we've got history on it. But yeah, the Hitler weren't where he was supposed to be. Interesting.
So yeah, we do believe in Bigfoot. We seem to disagree between ourselves what Bigfoot actually is and where it comes from. But
I just think, well, it's just out there, and I think until one gets caught, nobody knows what they are. But I just think there's too many sightings. Too many different accounts from different people. But then again, is it like that with Chinese whispers? Somebody says one thing and then somebody else says, do you know what I mean? And it started off from one thing, but there's no truth behind. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know where my phone is. It was here.
Carry on.
I'm going to say I felt wire. But yeah, evening, Joanne. Philadelphia experiment. It was big hollow earth support. I'm having to go back up chat. Fan of the paranormal. He spent millions around the world trying to tunnel to the center of the earth. My God. I think we've watched. I think we watched a lot of documentaries, haven't we, on stuff to do with World War and everything else, and what they were doing and what they weren't doing. What's that? A dialogue actually killed.
Wow.
Really? When was that then, Brett? When did that happen? The bodies were fused to the hull of the ship there. Ooh. Chris, are you talking about the same thing that Brett's just been on about, my love?
What? No, he's talking about that Philadelphia experiment. It was something to do with alien technology, and it was to do with cloaking a ship.
Yeah.
I think it were Americans. It was, as far as I remember.
Can't keep yawning at you guys. I still do apologise.
They made a film about it, didn't they?
I don't know, because only Philadelphia thing I watched were with Tom Hanks in, and I don't think that I don't do any experiments. I do apologise. Bigfoot is an alien wearing a costume that doesn't create as much hysteria as an actual alien would. Oh, very interesting, Steve. Very interesting. So you think that they put a costume on then? So basically what you're saying and what Brett's saying and whoever else in chat about that they disguise themselves so they don't come across as fighting. 1959.
That were 9 students were attacked and killed.
In the mountains of the dead. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh, I'm going to have a look at history on that. The Flatwood monster, known as the Brexton Country Monster or Phantom of the Flatwoods in West Virginia.
Is Nancy following the appearance of a bright object crossing the night sky?
Do you know that? I mean, I know when you were saying alien and stuff and everything else, but I never thought about them wearing costumes, so we don't see the real identity of them. But then again, isn't that bringing it back though to what another conversation what Brett and Andy were having, where are aliens part of human race already, and they're disguising themselves? Do you know what I mean? So if they are of alien origin. Maybe we're not ready to.
And we saw a program, didn't we? Brett might have seen this. I don't know, because I know somebody mentioned in your chat about aliens being reptilian. Now
that was me, because I said, "What about V?" And somebody said, "Yeah, but Lindsay, they were reptilians, not aliens." No, and I thought they were aliens.
Yeah, they are reptilian aliens.
Yeah,
but we saw a video on YouTube, obviously a conspiracy theory one, and it was showing you the eyes, weren't it, on these certain people, and they've got so many eyelids that like across them.
I think it was Britney Spears has got them. Queen's been caught to have these eyes. The Queen herself. So many politicians, so many singers. Then there were conspiracy theory going about, like with Elvis Presley and Kurt Cobain and all.
You can send it to his page, ETA Paranormal, Shine a Light. If you send us that, we can always, or if you just put it onto as a post onto page.
Put it on the post on page or in group, whichever.
What's that? There's a film. It says aliens walk amongst. Yeah, I think they do.
I believe aliens walk amongst us. I never looked at them as a Bigfoot, but I do believe that aliens do walk with us, and we're asking. I do believe that. Would that make them a shape? Not a shape. Like skinwalkers.
Yeah, they could be. Yeah.
So in theory, then skinwalkers that are seen all over the world, these skinwalkers could just actually be aliens then.
They could be, yeah. But I mean, for all we know, I believe we've been creating hybrids for years. Yeah. For all we know, what we're actually communicating with through these spirit boxes could be aliens, or they could be all fair, like Andy believes. We'll never know for certain.
See, when I was watching Andy's program afterwards, and then I started watching some stuff on aliens, like I do, in my own little bubble. I forgot what I was going to say now. You have to excuse me. I've just been on some meds. In my own little bubble, what were I going to say? I don't know what I was going to say. I forgot totally. I've totally and utterly forgot what I was going to say. Give me 2 minutes and I'll just rethink. Oh my God. Oh dear. Run about aliens. I can't, my mind has literally gone blank. We're on about aliens, and then
somebody mentioned Christmas and that
Brett mentioned about them living with us.
Living amongst us.
Yeah. And then I said I watched them the other night on telly. I think my theory's changing. When you were on about aliens coming back through spirit boxes and we're communicating with aliens and stuff.
I'm saying we could be. We don't know.
How do we know though? And this is probably taking it a step too far. How do we not know that when we do cross over, our energies don't go back to the original form which they was, and that is the aliens? And when they're coming through to us, we've gone back to as original. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I mean, Brett, it would be quite bad of us to think that we were the only intelligent life form.
No, anybody who thought that, I'm sorry, but
there's got to be other life forms. There's got to be other.
People think my brain's a bit ditzy.
Whether they be carbon, silicon, whatever based, there's got to be other life forms out there.
Yeah. Fee don't. My grandmother always swore she had alien blood. One of our friends, she comes on to our chat. She's got is it Reese's blood or something? I can't remember.
Is it B negative? I think.
I don't know, but she's got that blood, and she believes she's.
Is it B that's the?
She's a big believer that she's alien, or part alien, and we've had discussions with her and everything. And maybe one day she'll come on and say it for herself. Do you know what I mean? But
I believe our dogs are alien.
I think I'm alien.
I would agree with that.
And that's actually supported by type, which was created by NASA.
That's the that one.
Yeah.
Estimates there are 10,000 planets in the galaxy with intelligence.
Oh yeah, they've got to be. They've got to be. I mean, some technology that we've got today. Where the hell have we come up with that technology? Because I don't believe that some of this technology that we've got, we're not that advanced a species to have this technology.
Well, I mean, I watched something, and weren't it Mayans that they reckon had contact with aliens because a lot of drawings
to do with Mayans.
Yeah.
But
and the technology that they had.
Yeah. But again, is it right what everybody was saying that we are like an ant farm?
Probably.
We are an experiment. The human race is an experiment.
Sometimes you can think it's a sick experiment.
Yeah, but Stargate had it all correct. Aliens were gods to our ancestors. Yeah. I've known a woman for 30 years who claims she's abducted
since the age of 5.
But I believe a lot of people are. And when they are saying they're abducted, because a lot of people in high places made it out to papers when somebody said that they'd been abducted and stuff. I think because a lot of people believed like there's no such thing as alien, blah blah blah, and somebody's crazy. Then I think that a lot of people in high places.
It was you, weren't it, Brett, that were talking about I think it was from Roswell crash, where they recovered some metal, but it was like foil and you could crumple it up, but then when it let go, it just expanded back to its original shape, like memory metal. When you couldn't cut it or.
But if you look how far technology's come in my own little nugget here, I do think that we're too advanced in some things and not in others. So for me, the cures for illnesses we've got, we can't find a cure for illness, but yet we can do something else that's absolutely amazing. And I just think...
Yeah, but then again, I mean, this is going totally off paranormal, but I do believe that some of these big pharmaceutical companies could cure some of these diseases.
I think they've got all cures, and I just think that
there's no money in it. Yeah. There's no money in curing a disease when you can feed people tablets to,
Yeah. But
that's just my thought on it.
I hope if I get abducted, they'll fix my broken parts. I'm where they're, Bill. I think if they abducted me, I think they'd bring me back anyway.
If Lindsay gets abducted, I'm moving so they can't bring her back. Good evening, John.
Reese is negative or said to be. That's it. That were it, Gemma. Yeah, I can't say that.
Nephilim.
Yeah, that's it. All right, from them. Yes. Yeah. Evening, Gems, my lovely lady. Evening, John P. Yeah.
Do you want a coffee?
I don't have anything to drink, love.
It's all right, because I just saw Gemma have a coffee, Lindsay.
Gemma, if I could, I would. I'm really, really not feeling very well. I think I've just drunk half a bottle of milk, a 4-pint bottle of milk. I suffered with acid reflux and want medication I've been taking. Thought having a heart attack. My chest just went and exploded earlier. And
if they cure diseases, they'd be
out of business. Very well.
They would.
I passed out.
If they could cure diseases, then you pay for a cure, and that'd be.
I just feel so poorly. But
they'd be out.
Yeah.
But going back to UFOs, now when I used to work at Royal Mail.
I love UFOs. I like to. I don't make sense, but I like talking about.
When I used to work at Royal Mail, we were once discussing UFOs at work, and they said that there were a big sighting at Sheffield. I don't know if it was in the 90s or early 2000s. And apparently, it was somewhere near M1, and there was this big spaceship that went over M1.
Oh yeah,
Sheffield.
Jenny and Scott said and they stand by what they've seen. Where Jenny and Scott used to live, which is my sister, they used to live somewhere in Sheffield. There's a big school on a field, and everything like that. And her and Scott were driving off their estate, and as they glanced towards field, they both saw something, and then they looked at each other, and when they looked back, it had gone. Split second, it had gone. So instead of speaking to each other, our Jenny just said, "Don't speak to me." They got to Scott's mum's and they walked in, and Jenny just said to Scott, "Don't speak to me. You draw what you've seen. I'll draw what I've seen, and then we'll put it together," because they couldn't believe what they'd seen. And they both drew exactly the same things. And Scott said that all he could describe was this, like, I think he said it was like more of a triangled shape in the sky. But then it were like oval on one end. But there were people walking underneath. And as they turned to look, Scott said that they looked direct at him. they look direct back at them, and then it's gone. But apparently, in that area where they lived, there was a lot of UFO sightings, and especially over that
UFO alley.
Yeah. Is it really? I mean, I know I've heard it out in like Dark Derwent and Lady Bower and stuff like that. There's been a lot of sightings.
I think, like Brett was saying, it's built Pennines.
Yeah. See, back in day.
In
day, when I were about 20, I'd say when I was about 25, 26. When I were a lad. When I were a lad.
When you were a
lad,
I
was stood on the back door and
me?
I was having a cigarette and I saw a light in the sky and it like went, shot that way. And at first I thought it were a plane. It shot that way, and it was zigzagging. But my cigarette had a little bit of leaf in it, so I can't say what it was, but it weren't like I were off my trolley. It was just first one I'd gone out and I saw it, and it absolutely scared me, to see it.
850 reports in the last 10 years alone.
Wow.
On the Pennines.
See, we need to look more into alien.
Maybe we should go UFO hunting one
But
night.
you know, I'm sorry, and I'm sorry for swearing, but I would actually shit myself if I saw an alien, because the only thing that would spring to mind is Travis is Fire in the Sky. I don't know if any of you guys have watched that film. I know, Brett, you were on about it, but I don't know if any of you, that one of my utmost favourite alien films ever, I think, is Fire in the Sky. But Bandling's, I'm sorry, Scotty, but I really, I don't think I could go. I don't think, even though we go out,
yeah,
I think I saw a UFO last week. So really, Chris, wow.
What area are you in?
Chris is America.
It's Chris America.
Yeah, Chris is in America. I'm fatty. I'm fatty side. I can't even read.
Fantasy, fascinated. You know it's you. Oh, God.
Well, read that again.
Fascinated by the genuine crop circles. I think they're linked to UFO.
I mentioned something about crop circles on Brett and Andy's feed. I'll tell you something now, guys. You want to watch theirs when they do their chit chats on a summer night, because they're really interesting. And I mentioned something about crop circles, and somebody commented back within the chat. What you're laughing at?
Myself.
Oh. You just spent so much time with me, love. But
it's never right.
But I forgot what they said crop circles were related to, but it began with an S, I think. And I can't remember, and I didn't know what they were saying, so I just put yeah. Because I won't ask questions. I'll wait, and then I forget to ask John what it means. Because you all know I'm not altogether clever.
If the thing with crop circles for me is, if aliens are trying to keep off our radar as such, so we don't see them.
Why are they putting these big circles?
Yeah, why they're landing and leaving these big.
You
know,
faking crop circles, and they say it's caused by mini tornadoes in a field. Yeah, crop circles. Instead, I've been 3 smaller UFOs that seem to enter large ones. So, wow.
Connie's right. Yeah, that's near America, that.
Connie's been in. Oh, Chris, I thought you were in America. Chris, why do I think you're in America? There were another lady I was talking to, and I thought she were America.
Yeah, they
didn't realise you were that close to us.
Fantasy, yeah. Cheers, Scotty. I didn't read it. I was thinking of the word what Lindsay was saying.
Can you pass me my e-cigarette, please? And I need some tissue. My nose is running. Oh. I have to make him get up. Oh, you're crazy. Have you honestly only just figured that out, that I'm crazy? Oh, my goodness. I honestly thought, Chris, that you were in America. I don't know why. I ain't even got a clue why. I thought Chris was in USA. See, it's not just me.
Conisbrough, USA.
Conisbrough, USA. Wow.
You love me, e-cig.
I thought that was my e-cig. Don't ask me where mine is, to be honest. I don't even know if I dare take a drag on this. It might trigger me pain off. No, just being.
So yeah, what have we got up to now
Don't
then? What have I
puke.
missed?
I won't puke, I promise.
What have I missed?
Pardon?
What have I missed?
We're on about crop circles.
We're on about crop circles. Like I said, I don't think they would. Why would the land leaving these elaborate patterns on the field?
Yeah.
It's just.
So Brett, is your theory then, and anybody else in chat? So
come on then. Come on.
Do a lot of you think then?
Come on. I'm not picking you up.
Do a lot of you think in chat then that when we do
Even
crossover, the energies we're talking to when we're out doing paranormal, how many of you do think that there is a small chance that it could be contact with aliens and or whatever? I don't know. Like I say, I think we're aliens. So to me,
I don't know, because you look at it and are the aliens because we can get responses, or we have had responses that we believe are saying things related to things that have happened. Do you know, to the like if in a graveyard and like we've had names come through that the people that are buried there. Do you know? So that wouldn't likely to be aliens, would it? Unless, like you say, we are alien.
Well, I think we are. I think we are a funny species, though. It's that. Yep. I think some communication. Yeah, I do. I mean, I don't know whether. I don't think you guys were all, guys. Why do I say that word? Don't know if you could, if any of you can remember. Me and John once went back to cemetery. Weight tree fell down on us, and General Cemetery. Yeah, and John was first setting up his vortex in front of these red doors, in front of where they do like tea and coffee. And I got camera while you were setting up, and at the side of me in the tree, there's like a light, and it's flying round the tree. And I've never ever seen, and I'm not saying it's alien, and I'm not saying it's something paranormal, but I honestly couldn't explain what this light was. It were like zigzagging in and out of tree, but you could actually see it. Do you think though that if we were aliens with their advanced tech, we would be? So we would. No, because I don't think we have got their advanced tech. I think.
No, if we are aliens, then we are part of that advanced tech, aren't we? That race that's got that advanced tech.
Well, yeah.
Or do you mean like Brett saying we're hybrids?
I think we're more we're more like a hybrid. Because when my nana's alien. She's like 93 this year, and she's as fit as a fiddle. Do you know what I mean? My nana's definitely alien. There's something definitely not right with me, you know. So I'm alien. Your dog want a kiss? Our dog's a pain in arse, Jolie.
She's lovely. She's here, look. Let's kiss.
What's Daddy doing to you? Oh, what was that? Look at big fingers coming on. I don't want to kiss. Speedy Gonzales.
It's because she's normally laid with one of us all the time. And because we're on here, she's going to get on a chair over there. Good evening, Sam. I hope you're well.
I want your radio. Oh, dear. Go to doctors and ask him to X-ray to look for implants. I don't think I've ever been abducted. I don't have memories of that, but I think I'm special.
Well, she's definitely special.
Oh dear. What type of dog is she? She is a pug cross Jack Russell.
So she's a jug.
She's a jug. She's a mongrel. That's what she is. She's a mongrel. It's a good mixer breed.
This is that documentary series, John. What's that documentary?
Which one, Chris? This is that document. What series? I've told him tomorrow night you might be doing some experiments in shed.
Oh, I might be. You know.
Put it on a post earlier. Go on.
It's all right. Dog they took Lindsay's phone with it.
So.
Dog wants to play Candy Crush.
So what about that big cat sighting then? I know that. What is that classed as paranormal, or is that just classed as
the Beast of Bodmin
Moor? It's the big cat that's been seen, and apparently it's been
You're very
seen...
special, Lindsay.
I am. But there's that beast of Bodmin Moor that's seen, and now apparently people are having sightings in Barnsley and Wakefield.
Have you got a soldering iron? Something you can use to, I don't know. Sam, go on, carry on. The beast of Bodmin Moor.
There could be a shapeshifter. The beast. I need to get a wood burner to decorate my new spirit box. Well, I can't wait to see when it's finally finished, Sam. I love that
Green Man.
Green Man. I love that. Lots of people have disappeared on Bodmin. Yeah, I know, Chris, but is that down to the beast of Bodmin? Yeah, John, but Tip ain't fine enough on it. But shapeshifter, because I think Chris has just said a lot of people have gone missing on Bodmin Moor. But have they been? But has anybody ever been attacked by a big cat though? People have sighted it, or are these the dead people that don't come back because cats eat them?
I don't know. But I'm going back now.
Okay, you're going back.
I've just thought of something. Talking about aliens, Cannock Chase. Chris got a really good photograph of what would be good. And
it's on our group.
If anybody wants to, after the live stream, don't go now. After the live stream, if you go and look on our page and group.
It's not on page, it's just posted. No, it's just posted in group.
Chris posted a picture of somebody he caught on.
No worries, Joanne, my lovely.
What am I missing? A Cannock Chase. And look, one of them's like a Slender Man type.
Well, the Slender Man, you can see him sort of like, and I think he's got a dog with him.
And then there's an alien.
But then the alien one, is really, I can't even describe that. That is really weird.
Type, but Brett knows my story. I saw the links on Cannock Chase many years ago.
Wow.
And cat prints.
A published the size of a lion print. Some people reported they'd seen a lion wandering around the farmland behind the bush.
It's in the group, yeah. Flamborough supposed to be the location of Skinwalker Ranch, UFO scripted.
Fancy going for a weekend camping?
Like Men in Black after us.
No. But Cannock Chase, I do want to go to Cannock. Only thing is, Cannock Chase, there's only certain parts I can get to though, because I can't, there's no way I can walk round a wood.
Yeah. There's only certain parts Lindsay can get to, which is like campsite and pub.
Yeah. So, because Big Red won't go round woods, but apparently I can get round some of it. So, Evening System, my lovely.
Evening System.
That's the Black Panther Joe. But yeah, I wouldn't mind going to that flat. How far's Flamborough then from us? Is that other side of country?
No, Flamborough's go on. I'll tell you how far it is from us.
I'd like to know. You can get round most of it, Lindsay. No, Chris, don't say that. I can get round a bit. I can go back and snuggle in my tent. East Yorkshire. Yeah. That's where it is.
It's near Bread.
Oh, that's all right then. Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it?
Flamborough Head.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Probably been.
I've got satellite view on Google Maps now and I'm looking for this place.
Walked straight up to me and my ex-husband at the time. We ran to the car and it came over to the car door. Police said there's been many links being spotted on the chase as abandoned pets.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, thank you, Sam.
You won my raffle. Who won raffle? Trisha, me?
Thank you, Sam.
Trisha, have I won a raffle? I never. Woohoo! First thing I've won in ages.
Drinks from Lindsay.
That's amazing, Trisha. Thank you very much. See, it just goes to show. Always have a go because you never know your luck.
Oh, one thing we have got to tell you, and it is paranormal, but it's nothing to do with what we're talking about tonight.
I'm not pregnant.
I am. I know it shows.
Oh, Trish, you made me night, my lovely.
The Ashbourne Town Hall investigation.
Yes, we had a phone call.
Postponed. Put back till the 4th of January because the caretaker who
had a bereavement
and he's taking some time off.
Yeah, so they're going to get another caretaker to come into, but they can't get him in there till after January. Because they're obviously with Christmas period. So it's going to be a crazy one, that one, because they're actually looking at what's gone off. I know, thank you. It is. That's a right nice surprise just before Christmas. But
it's me getting a bigger Christmas present.
like bugger. It's that place though, that Ashbourne place, is a really interesting one, because there's poltergeist activity, there's dark shadows, there's part of it we can't actually find the history on this part, but Ashbourne Town Hall, it used to be called, or part of it,
Taylor's Inn or something.
Old Talbot Inn.
That way.
And apparently the landlord had an affair and kicked his mistress down the stairs because she was pregnant and beat her to death. But the room where the Talbot Inn was is still is there, and you can see. And you can see the steps where she actually went down when what he kicked down with.
But we can't find any history on it.
But we can't find history. So if any of you guys out there can help us with the Old Talbot Inn, we would muchly appreciate it.
In Ashbourne.
At Ashbourne, yeah. Oh, Trish, I can't believe that. Woohoo!
That's cheered you up.
That's cheered me up. Oh, what can I spend? I found something suggested that it was next door to it, but it's just words against each other. We'll link it in a bit. Cheers, Scots. That sounds similar to the Station Hotel in Dudley, really. I mean, there is that they've got some history on it in the place, so we know it's actually it's there. But I'd like to get, before we start saying it, I'd like to get 100% proof that there was something there, than not something there. Do you know? So it's leave it at that. But I'm looking forward to that. So that means this weekend we are going to be out and about, but we are going to have to look for a new location for Friday. And weather's not forecast very good either.
Chase.
I'm not going to Cannock Chase on Friday. I'll go with a big group of people. I'm not having my dog eaten. I'll go with a big group of people, but I'm not just going with us to Cannock Chase. Love that 28 days later. Yeah, I love that 28 days later, Trish. Usually find some places on there. Yeah. I've actually seen one on 28 days later, Trish, that I'm looking into, just checking history out and everything. And we may possibly go there this weekend. But we shall see. We shall see what the weekend brings. Evening, Paula, my lovely. Can be good if you find the right explorer that puts real history in the right up. Yeah, definitely. That's why when we Ashbourne, we want to try and get in touch with somebody.
There is a couple of paranormal teams.
There is, but it's getting in touch with these paranormal teams. Are you looking forward to Christmas? It's going to be a quiet Christmas. Me and John are going to be out investigating most of Christmas, I think.
Weather.
Because, well, depending on weather. But Christmas Day, we're going to be out investigating because all kids are, Mike's at his dad's this year.
Old girls are grown up, left home. They've got their own families.
Yeah, because they've got the kids now. They want their own Christmas dinner at home. So there's only me and Johnny in.
Do you know, Brett? I was watching your.
We want to do a return to Roach Abbey. Oh, we were.
We were watching your video from Roach Abbey earlier. It looked good.
I can't get round Roach Abbey though.
No, because you can't get through that little gate at bottom.
No, Big Red won't.
Because we watched that bit because you started off. Did you talk down up near Rocks?
I don't even know if I can get up near Rocks though. I don't even know how far I can get on Big Red. Because the path isn't suitable.
It is. It's really good there, Trish. I've been there. Is it once or twice?
Twice, I think. I think you've done it on your own, and I think you did it with Lado.
Mm.
So I have a family split messenger on 24th. Really, Stephen? Maybe I'll be able to get a great gift from the spirits.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, I've got to try and move myself.
Because we were looking at going back to Rocherry and taking Lindsay because she's never been there.
Well, I've been in daytime once to have a look, and I got as far
as... throw your Robert fence, Lindsay.
They've tried throwing me over some fences, I'll tell you.
We went to, I don't know if, Brett, you've ever been, we went to Needle's Eye in Rotherham.
Oh, my God. It's a good job they were...
Well, I managed to drag Scooter up them little steps you go onto the field. We went down the field, and then we got to where you go to entrance onto Needle's Eye. Well, it was one of them gates where it's like you have to go into it and like open it and then close it and go out the other side. It took 3 of us to lift Scooter on. I thought we were going to end up breaking his backs.
It was so funny.
All this fence.
It was so funny.
And it were like Chuckle Brothers, to me, to you, to me, to you.
Take the article. Cheers, Scots.
Oh, it were nightmare with bugs that night as well, Chris. I remember.
Horrible. Oh, so we have got some information.
Yeah.
And gone.
So it were. I've done Uber stand as well. In fact, I don't know if you remember, Brett, as you go out into Wood, past Uber stand, there's like a plaque or commemorative plaque for a bloke that died, and we went on the anniversary of his death. We didn't realise until we got there and we read it. And there's another one I wanted to do. Uber stand, Needle's Eye. There's another one. Can't remember what the other one is. I haven't done that one.
That's really good. I'm not going to read that out. I'm reading it to myself. But it's a bit of information there on Talbot Inn. And it is actually... Yeah. So... Coolio.
Come on, lady. Let's get back to it.
Come on then, what we're talking about now?
I don't know.
What's chit chat?
Yes, the last rooms I went to.
There's 3 spirits and they had messages from them. What, from Uberstan, that one, Stephen, or from Ashbourne? Or have I lost plot?
You've lost plot. Brett's on about Uberstan.
The information confuses it more, though. I know it does. I've just read it, Scots. It does. But at least we've got now Walt Forth to get some more proper digging going. My favourite place though, Wunwell Woods. I want to go there. We have seen a spot where we can park, and I know that I can get Big Red down.
We just don't know how fair.
We just don't know how we're fair once we get in. So we are going to go round once we've had a drier day. I think we're going to go in daytime and just check it out and make sure we can get round. Because a lot of weird things happen in Wunwell Woods.
I've never been actually into. I've done Convicts Tunnel.
Yeah.
In Wunwell Woods.
Didn't do it long though, did you? No. Not a long investigation.
No. But I've never done the woods itself.
Yeah. Where's this from? You sneaky bugger.
What ages?
You want that age? Do you know? It's like I'll order something. How long's he had that? He's not had that ages, has he?
Yeah.
Well, I've not noticed it.
I've had it about 6 months. That's how much notice she takes of me.
I hadn't noticed that, and I've got a keen eye for jewellery. What happens is I order something sneakily, and I say, I ordered it ages ago.
There you go.
Ages. He ain't Chris.
I had it on the night we was in Ward's End, and Gemma asked me what I was wearing around my neck, and I showed her them both.
I know. I was helping some family at the grief they lost. Their family. Oh, bless. And the post from a lady fan. Do you know we've been knickers that they send?
No worries, Bill. Take care, my friend. I hope everyone's well.
Take care, Bill.
Dad's well. Family's well.
But look, and I think I've not seen that before. But what we do is I go online and I'll order something, and then it'll arrive. And John's not in, weren't in off at times. So I used to order this and hide it, And then I say, I'd have it ages, and he'd do exactly the same.
No, I have had this ages.
But I'll let you off then. I thought you were sneaking things in.
Not at all. If I'd have bought that, I'd have bought you one. It's obsidian.
Oh, is that obsidian?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, where is mine?
You got your.
Do you mind?
Not St. Christopher.
Oh,
St. Michael.
Got me. St. Michael. Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember. I remember. Ish. Oh. It's a pleasure to see.
So I demand a public apology.
No.
No. I might get one if I demand it.
I'm always right. Oh dear, guys. Guys. Take that word out of my vocabulary. Same in my house, parcel comes and I get what have you bought again? Half the time I don't remember. I don't remember though, Trish. I order things. My books have arrived today and I was like...
sometimes postman will come, he'll knock on the door and I'll go to the door and he'll pass me a packet and I'll turn around and say, what you ordered now? And I'll look at it and I'll say, it's for you.
I know.
What is it?
I am waiting on some foundation I've ordered though. That should be here soon. Oh.
Look, we're losing people now.
Yeah, we'll get talking about paranormal then.
I don't even know what we're on about now.
Go on then, somebody else bring a topic up that we can discuss.
Other thing we're going to look at doing, isn't it, is building some of his own equipment.
Yeah.
So I'm going to look at trying to make a REM bear from scratch.
Yeah, I want him to make me... Well, we mentioned this other day, didn't we, about REM bears. And I do have to apologise to Brett.
Are there any good free spirit box
I mentioned
apps?
What they were mentioning in chat, but we'd already discussed it on it anyway. Yeah, but I give you a shout out, Brett. Any good free spirit box apps?
I don't really use spirit box apps on an
app. I don't think there would be a good free one.
Does anybody know any? Brett or anybody? Any good spirit box
Sam,
apps?
do you know any?
I know, Sam, you're not a big
happy fan.
Happy? Wait,
you're happy. You're happy. You're just not happy.
Happy. We're at an age.
Oh, evening, Gary, my lovely. I mean, with apps and stuff. Trish,
Afterlife.
I don't.
Yeah, but that's
don't like the apps. Yep. Most SB usually cell banks. I'm not a fan. Yeah. Android has a few apps. Yep. Happy Droid.
Yeah, Happy Droid do one. I can't remember what it's called. Same people that make Paratech.
Yeah.
And I know some people like that because the guy that runs Happy Droid
I watched something. It's not going to make no sense to anybody, but I watched something on Paratech the other day on YouTube. I'm going to share the link to our channel because I thought it made a little bit more sense on the Paratech app itself. Or it made more sense to me. Do you know what I mean?
That means nobody else will understand it.
Yeah. But to me, with things like... See, for me, with Paratech, we use Ovulus. So if we're using Ovulus, what's the difference between an Ovulus with a word banking to an app with a word banking?
Necrophonic is free on Happy Droid.
Ooh, I didn't think Necrophonic were free. We had to pay for his Necrophonic.
It's £9 on Play Store, but free on Happy Droid.
Download Happy Droid and see whether they are free.
I've already paid for it, haven't I? So
I know, but that's different, isn't it?
I can't. My phone's there with using it to film.
Oh, yeah, you can use mine. Not now. Do it after live.
You just said do it now.
Oh, dear. Ain't that voice something? I've missed something. What, Chris, what voice? Simple solution. Might to be just tune an FM radio to a static channel and just leave it and see what comes through. Possibly, yeah. Trisha, yeah, I sent many people over there for it. Wow. Well, at least we know where to send people when they're asking for Necrophonic because we paid $10.99, I think, for Necrophonic.
Because it was chill seekers.
But make sure it's same one.
Ours is one from the chill seekers made.
Yeah, make sure that they are the same, because if somebody else has named one necrophonic.
Cultus box, ITC by Mark Cultus, he makes. He does make Mark Cultus does make him just make spirit boxes.
Original ITC was done with white noise generators, so just use static. It will work. Yeah. I prefer the static ones to the ones with radio coming through, I must admit. When we use, but I don't think for us personally, I don't think we've used the SB7 or SB11, because we do a mixture of different stuff. We don't use them for a long period of time. So I think maybe what we're going to do
is the next one up from Paratech.
Oh, really, Monica? Oh, no, it weren't Monica. That was Chris. Monica, it's radio stations. It's too hard to debunk or accept as spirit. It is very hard, but again, it will like what this bloke was saying with Paratech app.
If you're getting relevant,
if you're asking,
responses and you're getting them time after time after time,
then
that's when you start.
That's when you
thinking.
have to think. But again, everybody's got to remember that these apps and these devices that we all use, whether it is ITC, whether it is something that somebody's made or whatever, they are just experimental. Nobody could say whether they work or they don't work. You know, it's down to that. It's down to a personal choice. It's down to
it's what works for some people.
It is, because what works for one team might not work for another team. Do you know? So you've got to, which is why we enjoy working with teams that do work different from us, because it gives us chance to.
And that's like, we'd never go on and slag anything off that.
Yeah, I don't think you couldn't go and say anything bad. I think if you said anything bad about a piece of equipment, you've just sort of like debunked and slagged yourself off. Do you know what I mean?
As much as we could say about one thing, other people could say about stuff we use, and it's just.
And but it isn't. It's just one of them things. There's no. This is what I think every paranormal investigator is trying to get. Yeah, my new spirit box is 9 shortwave bands, so I can still work with those bands. The
odds of a couple of minutes relevant responses on the spirit box being really astronomically low.
Yeah.
So if you're getting relevant responses time after time after time for each question, it's the more responses you get, the lower it's going to be radio. The lower
the less chance it's likely to be radio. But but I like it. I like these ones. I like the phonic ones. My favourites have got to be phonic sounding ones. Just because there is no word bank in a phonic sound.
Well, there's bangs, but they're not words.
Bangs, but they're not words. So I do like the phonic sounding equipment that we use. I do like the word boxes as well, because again, Ovulus can come out with some really good and relevant information. I expect I don't make words fit if I want direct relevance to what I'm asking. Yeah. You can't make things fit though. I try to ask the same question over and over
in a different way.
Oh, that's an idea.
Yeah, I don't like trying to make things fit.
Love Ovulus. Yeah, I do. I like Ovulus. But again, with the Ovulus, what got pointed out to us with it is if the Ovulus is near, when we're live, if the Ovulus is too close to our camera, and we have tried this experiment in shed, and we've had the Ovulus next to that, Ovulus is constantly spitting words out. So is the electronic... Is it electronic?
Does my bum look big in this? Is not a relevant question to keep asking.
But is the electronics or whatever having something?
Well, it's like another thing I've noticed when I go out on my own. I don't like having Ovulus on when it's in my pocket now, because as soon as I put it in my pocket, it just starts spitting word after word after word. But is that because
it's near the body static? It's near
energy.
Yeah. So It's good with the obvious is good, but we tend to keep it away from equipment and make sure that when I am holding it, or when it's in basket in big red, that there's nothing near the little antennas on top, because that were another thing that got pointed out on ours. On Ovulus, we can switch it so it goes to a red light and a green light, so we can ask spirits to
like a yes and no,
a yes and no box. So we can ask the spirits to go to the green light for yeah and red light for no.
The only time,
but when you're holding it, it goes to the pull to where it is. For example, what is your name? What do I call you? Who are you? What did you say your name was? Yeah, that's quite good. That I'll try and remember that, Sam.
If same responses are coming out for each question, it's going to be highly unlikely that Fred comes out that many times. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's not relevance to him. Yeah. But I'm just so fascinated in paranormal. And I think evening Selena, my lovely, and I think it is because it's one of them that nobody's ever going to get that proof, because people are always
not a minute.
Yeah, but it's like I was saying. No, I know. But it's still like, right, it's like if I was sat down at a table and a ghost energy comes and sits opposite, spirit energy, ghost energy, whatever it is, it's energy, but comes and sits opposite me and I can have a full-blown conversation, that's not going to satisfy me, and people are still going to not believe. They're going to find ways to debunk it or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So are we ever going to get that piece of information, or to prove beyond doubt that there is? But I tell you something, we have lots of fun trying to get there. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
That's what it's about.
But yeah, what's Brett put? But he's laughing at what Brett put. My sister, my Trish, creeped me out. What creeped you out? Brett had an interesting one typed the other day. Sam SB said, "Are you standing before me?" Asked why. Response to, "I turned the box off." Response was, "To worship, I turned the box off." Wow. Is the bloody fakers that make us all question each other, but we just carry on and do our best.
Yeah, we do.
I think that I'm a big believer in that, and I think if you're gonna be, if you are, it's got to be entertainment. It's not paranormal, and you've got to make it clear that you're entertainment.
Yeah, if you're fake.
Yeah, like the nun. But that's
not fake.
The nun. No, she's not fake. She's real, the nun, in my head. But that is just pure laughable entertainment. Do you know? But that's what his videos are. They're entertainment, and anybody that had believed that that's what a nun had looked like, I'm sorry, but do you know? But to me, that's entertainment. But then, when that said person would go and do a serious paranormal, they're not took seriously, and they could have caught some really good evidence.
But nobody's going to believe them.
But nobody believes them because the nun. Do you know? And it's not just that channel. There's loads of channels out there.
Brett was saying he put spoof at end of his Zozo video so people knew.
Yeah. I mean, I don't believe in Zozo, only because nothing. When we've looked back into the history, there wasn't a Zozo demon before 2002. Whenever that bloke decided that he was the one who Zozo attached him to. I'm not going to say that I don't believe in demons, because I do believe in demons. I do believe that in demonic things are out there. But I do believe you've got to be kind of negative thing is negative, positive creates positivity. So, Zozo is an internet creation, like Slenderman. Yeah, I believe that. I'm a big believer in that, but I think that's
and
but there's so many. I mean, Dybbuk boxers. They actually, when Ghost Adventures had their thing, and they had the Dybbuk box, and they had the rabbi. that rabbi had said beforehand that, yeah, it's with blood, but then when he come onto camera, they had to cut that bit out because the rabbi said that it were a load of rubbish. That there weren't no such thing as Dibbit. But again, I think it's in a way, and please don't take this wrong way if you are a religious person. But to me, it's like the Bible. These things, it's like the Bible. It's like a lot of things. It's said to. It starts off to control and to scare people. Do you know what I mean? And to me, that's what these do when they're talking about Dibbit boxes and that. But I think again, Hollywood, TV shows, everywhere. Not even the GA box was dim.
Yeah,
no, that's what I'm saying. It's I think just,
that was the first one, weren't it?
That was the first Dibbit box. No good of them.
Weren't it college students that made it up or something?
I don't know. They bought it from an old lady, apparently. Somebody bought it from an old lady. They had bad luck. They sold it on to somebody else, and then he ended up with it. And then he went and buried it somewhere so nobody could find it. Made lots of money out of it. And then I can't remember whether he's given it to Zach to it for his museum or he's loaned it or whatever. But to me, if it were that evil and that bad, you wouldn't bleeding dig it back up and take it to somebody else to work on. I don't. Yeah. So I just don't think it's.
In our opinion.
Yeah, in our opinion. Yeah, and these are just our opinions, do you know? But no, I think for a lot of groups with paranormal, I think if they fake stuff, then
look good for something. Yeah. Guy who sold it was supposed to bury it in concrete.
That's what I'm saying.
When he dug it back up, it looked pretty good for something that was encased in concrete.
Do you know? Filled with old hair. Dibbit boxes filled with old hair. They're filled with all sorts, Selena.
They put all sorts in them.
Some people can put dolls in, some people put ashes in.
Crystals.
But can I just say, you know, sometimes we create our own fear. So say if I said to you, Selena, we were in this room and I said to you, I've got this box, it's haunted, blah, 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 it's full of demonics and you actually believe in this.
I have what was considered a Dibbit box. The last owner unsealed it, put his weed in, I now have my crystals in it.
But I think a lot of it is self-fear. So when people open these Dibbit boxes and that fear's already implanted in them, because half the time they'll open it and they don't believe in them, but they'll open it and automatically they put that fear's already in the head. So I think for me, fear, your brain's a big thing. So I think it's like when you're out on location though, again, that fear factor, when I'm in woods, I get scared in woods more than I do anywhere else. But that's because I can't see what is making them cracking noises because animals are so small. So my fear factor is heightened. And I think that's what it is with everything. You fear, if it's a fear of yours, then and things will negative will start happening because that fear turns it into something, you know. I love how these para channels keep reopening the same box. Yeah, you need a rabbi to put the things back in. Exactly. You know, it's.
So if you can open it and then say, back in there, come on, kid, back in. Let's get some wax around it again.
Yeah. I mean, good to all these people that do Dibbit boxes and opening them, and if they get some stuff from it, it's great. You know,
could be wrong.
Again, it's one of them subjects where there is no right or wrong answer. It is just opinions. You know,
we could be wrong.
We could be totally wrong. Not that I'd ever open one to find out, you know, but that's just
Sam's. I'd
open Sam's, yeah.
Just puts crystals in.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it's.
Open up your box, Sam.
Yeah, we're coming across Sam. But yeah, I think a lot of it is just. But yeah, there is no right and wrong. What is a Dibbit box? Dibbit boxes, Trace say, what are supposed to contain an evil entity or energy.
It's been bound to either the box or some item in the box, and the box is closed. They put symbols on it and seal it with wax, and it's supposed to keep it in there.
And then once the seal's broken, you let out the entity, and then it's supposed to plague you.
That's
and
true. I have boxes, and I think
stuff.
it's possible the boxes could have attracted energy because boxes contain loved items or writing boxes of history of all kinds of emotion, communication.
That is more believable, though, Sam, because it could be a good energy, it could be a bad energy that's attached to these boxes. We're not saying that's what we're saying,
Grumpy.
you know. It could be a grumpy one, it could be anything, but there's got to be a better name to be using. Why on earth would you want to open one? Well, this is it though, Tracy. For people, I think again.
Jewish wine cabinets.
But but I think it's people's fear factor. It's like before you watch a horror film, if you're one of these that's scared by a supernaturally type horror film, do you know what I mean? I just think it's that same thing. But again, there is no right or wrong answer. We can't say that it's not real, and we can't say it's not. I can just say, in my opinion, I just think it's just a fear factor. It's just something for Hollywood and TV channels to make it into, to build the hype up and make it more scary.
Brad will not want to get the wine out.
Oh, I think I might agree with you. And have pure intent, and you can put anything in a box. Yeah. I think, yeah.
But can he keep it there?
I was about to say the Jewish items, Chris. But again, Clever, it's like that, isn't it, though? It's a belief in a religion. So that Dibbit box could be like a cross to Christians. It could be like a candle to I don't know, Wiccans or whatever. We've all got something.
Oh, crystals.
Yeah, we've all in different faiths. We've all got that something that's bad, that's a negative, that's demonic, that's devil. You know,
it's evil.
It's evil, yeah. So maybe that's is it the apple then? Of different religions. So in Jewish religion, the apple, the Evet, would have been the Dibbit box.
So, a Dibbit box.
Yeah. But you know what I mean, that kind of on them lines, the mother-in-law. The idea of trapping spirits in a box or behind glass puzzles me, and I have a lot of these items and in cases, but I don't think spirits can be trapped in such a way. So don't you think, I could be wrong? So you don't believe? So Sam, you have so when you put it in a box and you put salt round edges like they do,
no, similar to Sam for me, because you'll go to these places, say, I don't know, an old army barracks, we'll say. Yeah. Because I remember seeing one on TV a while ago. I think it was Mo Stoner, but it might not have been. They took two mediums with him, and one is a medium, other one husband and wife, one draws and other described. And they were saying they could see, they were going down this passageway and it was just solid wall, and they could see the spirit that kept going across. Yeah. And it turns out there used to be doors there, right? And they've been bricked up. So if it can walk through them walls, why can't it go through wood or glass
or anything else? You know? Yeah. Not trap an entity in it, store negative or positive energy to release on opening. Yeah, did you see the film that was on about a woman moving home was getting poltergeist and she was raped by the entity? She moved house and it followed her. I was just typing that, John. You saved me an essay. But again, Chris, these are... whether it's a film based on a true story or not, some people will believe her and other people won't believe her, you know, because again there's no right or wrong answers to it. I mean, I'd hate to think that somebody had experiences like that. I mean, it'd be absolutely terrifying. It would, and it's one that I wouldn't ever would want to have myself or have somebody else go through. To have somebody else go through that experience. But that fear level, that intensity of that level of fear has got to be because these people are genuine. Do you know, when they're sitting and they're telling the story, some of them really are genuine, and it's heartbreaking to just you couldn't imagine.
Night, Carol.
Night, Carol, my lovely lady. Take care, sweetie, and I hope that your chest and everything is better. Oh. What are you going back to?
What's happened since done? Oh yeah, you remember now. It was a while back, that's why.
Take care, my lovely. Just no going for a smoke. No worries, my love. It's a good film. Which film were it, Chris? Can you remember?
You've just said Entity.
Oh, Entity. Oh, I think I've watched that Entity. I've watched quite a lot of supernatural films. Just because but I must admit, you know, when I was a teenager and I was watching these supernatural films, they did scare me a little bit, you know. And I think when I started doing investigations and everything else, I think that's why I was drawn to Spiritualist Church first, because I think to go to Spiritualist Church,
I'll have to watch it. I don't think I've seen it.
It's a good film. It's an old film, but it's a good film. Yeah, I think where is there now? I think
original Amityville horror.
Yeah. Again, it's like when you watched Amityville, that were they weren't scary films, but they were unnerving films. But then again, you think when you're going into paranormal that it's going to be like that and it's totally different. It's totally different to what you see when you're actually out on an investigation.
It makes me laugh because you watch these horror films and then you watch some of these ghost hunters on TV and
on YouTube, to be fair.
And on YouTube right now. On YouTube. And then you go out and we can go out for 6-7 hours and nothing happens.
Yeah.
Nothing happens, and that's what the paranormal is quite boring. Or can be quite boring.
See, I don't find it boring because I've got an interest in it.
Yes, for people
to somebody
else, for somebody to sit and watch got no 6 hours and nothing happening.
But it's like if I said to my mom, "Come on, I'm taking you on an investigation," my mother would be bored. Well, she'd be scared to death. Actually, that's probably using a wrong example. If I said to one of daughters, "Come, we're going on an investigation. Come with me," and I made her come with me, she'd be bored all the way through it because it's not her cup of tea it's not her thing, do you know? You never know what will happen.
Or if anything will happen
in the paranormal. You don't, Scotty. You can't predict what's going to happen. I just know that
I was a little bit unnerved once, and I can't remember which one it were.
It was when you were in go on near that grave in Woods, and you went down to other part, and you thought something. No. Okay.
Ecky Woods. Oh yeah, where it was Ecclesall.
There was that one, and other one where you felt unnerved was in Beechief. That on back of that one because that one's quite a really, but it's an eerie location anyway. In daytime, even to go in daytime there.
But we're on my own both them times.
Yeah, you were. I don't know whether I get nervous or I don't. I think it's in my head sometimes that I get nervous. But I wouldn't like to think I was somewhere where, like I said, you were out of sight. You know? And again, when we're good at Woods, I like to go in a big group because my nerves get the better of me then. But I don't know, I'm not nervous of the spirits. I think for me, because I'm on Big Red, because of the...
Big Red's quicker than me.
No, but I think because of the world we're living in now, where there's a lot of knife crime going off and there's a lot of gang-related incidents, I just think that sometimes some places where we have gone or where we're looking to go, to just go with us two and me being on Big Red, that's dangerous anyway. Do you know? I mean, I know I'm not just stuck to Big Red. Don't get me wrong, I can get off it, but it's still a daunting thing to think that we're in the middle of nowhere. I was nervous a bit and excited when I investigated with you both. Yeah, Gemma, it is though. Do you know?
It could be absolutely nothing for months. even a lot of ITC work going on here.
But we're going to be coming back up your way next year, Gemma, because I want to do them woods again. I want to go back up other side where we went.
Or an incubus at the ramming. It was a succubus.
Paragroups are responsible for changing stories. There was never a black monk at East Drive or an incubus at Ramin. It was a succubus. Yes, yeah, I believe that. And again, it's down to looking back in history, because all it takes is one team to go and pick something up, and it's just so difficult.
Like Sam's put there, look. I've had stuff thrown at me in the house, but there could be absolutely nothing for months, even with a lot of ITC work going on here a few times a week, testing equipment, etc. So it's not every time. You're not going to just get.
I was apprehensive the other day in the cemetery, and I think that manifested into fear of us. It does, Steve. That is one thing that I have to say it does. To me personally,
nearly about an hour and 20 minutes.
What Tricia said.
Yes, about paranormal. This is a subject I mentioned not long ago. Our location can be sweet, nothing there, but get a rep for being haunted due to someone making things up.
Yeah, but it's easy done though. It's easy done if history's not looked into.
And it's quite funny because you'll see one team do it, and then another team or whatever, you'll see somebody else do it, go there, and they do same, and they're picking up same things, and you're thinking, wait, there's no there.
Yeah. But that's why I think sometimes it's like when we go to doctor's house. A lot of people will call it Dr. Death's house. To us, we don't understand where the name Dr. Death has come from, because he never actually killed anybody. The lady that he released, when he did release her, had no connection to his house. Night, Paul, my lovely, had no connection to his house. The little girl that unfortunately got murdered through this had no connection to the house. So why would the spirit of the little girl, or this lady, I mean, we don't even know if this lady's still alive. She could have been locked back up or whatever. There's no information. You know, as far as we're aware, that doctor's still working at another hospital. So why is it a doctor? I don't understand. This is what I don't understand when they go and they're shouting out to something that's not connected direct to that property. I know when we go to doctor's house, we go there because the stone, and it's that stone tape theory kind of thing, isn't it? The stones were used from the old monastery,
priory monastery, whatever,
to build. But it's the monks and the nuns, the monks and the nuns, and other things that happened years prior on that land.
Before the doctor got that house.
That I think that the connections are going to be made. But then again, it's just how we.
We did call it the doctor's house.
No, we did call it the doctor's house. But it were a doctor's house. 90% of what goes on at East Drive is a direct result of one of the neighbours. Yep, I believe that as well.
Brett, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. But no, I believe that myself. I mean, do you know, sometimes we could be sat in here and we can be talking on here, and somebody will hear a bang or somebody what was that noise, and it's the neighbours.
We live in a terrace, and we were sat here the other week, and I thought somebody walking, because we're above where we're sat now is our bedroom, and I'm saying, Lindsay's somebody in our bedroom.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's neighbours next door, but because
their
walls are that thin in these houses, it's next door neighbours you can hear.
Do you know? Oh, you can hear floorboards creaking upstairs, but the floorboards, that's because, I mean, we don't have heating on upstairs anyway. So the heat from downstairs rises, which then's going to make the floorboards and everything else retract and do whatever, you know? So you've got to pick out that that's just a natural thing that you're going to hear. Especially in this house, you know. Or you can hear them flushing the toilet, you can hear them doing all sorts of things you don't want to hear. Chris, there's another location very recently been lied about. Totally different building to what the relatively new teams are saying. Yep. Yeah, seen that one. But yeah, but again, it's just like, really, it's not, and I know it's awful to say, but it's like if we went out with Trish and I said to Trish, oh, we're going to a location, where can I say? At Land's End somewhere. So it's not where Trish lives, it's not where we live. And we're going to this location, and Trish says to me, what's history? I say, oh my God, there's been this happening, this has happened, there's been a murder, there's been a suicide, there's been this. And Trish took my word for it. Then when it comes to it, but Trish should check that history, even though I've said this is what's happened, because Trish might find something else online that says actually no, it didn't happen, or it did but it never happened there, it happened somewhere else. Do you know? So it's really important that we all check his history when we get invited to places. Don't rely on anybody else doing history for you.
One thing that put me off East Drive, and it weren't even all these stories that no black monk. Thing that put me off, don't bother to research history. They just make up shit. They do, Brett.
They do, Brett. I think it's wrong.
One thing that put me off with East Drive is you have to sign a contract or sign some form before you go in.
Yeah, you do.
And any evidence you catch actually remains property of the owner.
Yeah.
So you're allowed to use it on YouTube, but then if you make loads of money from it because you catch something big, he can claim rights to that. And that's like, really?
Yeah.
I've just had to pay
my turn to flake, I'm afraid. Night, Claire Bear, my lovely.
Oh, well, it's Claire Bear. Good night.
Brett, don't even get me started on Carol at East Drive. LOL. Female Derek Akora, but worse.
So with Derek.
I like Derek. Take care, Claire Bear, and try and have a good shift tomorrow. Sometimes teams think they say.
Yes, but they're not taking these signed waivers off people. All right, so you don't. All right, so it don't remain there.
Sometimes teams think they say everything is paranormal instead of trying to find a logical reason for it. They do, Catherine. A lot of times, you'll notice quite a few teams that they'll hear, but they're too scared to go and look and debunk what it actually is. And I think that's where it is. It's not that they don't want to debunk it, or possibly, but I think for me, the fear of going over to where that noise
Good night,
is
Trish.
would. Night, sweetie. I'll be in touch, Trish, my lovely. I think the fear of going to debunk it can sometimes be a bit daunting, don't you think? But again, that's where the fear comes in.
I thought somebody said you were. I thought I saw somebody say good night, Trey.
Good night, everyone. Leaving. Oh, good night, everyone. Leaving. Right. See, he's trying to get rid of you, Trish.
I didn't. He said good night, everyone. Leaving. So I thought you were saying good night to everyone. I'm leaving.
Oh, bless you. Getting told.
Sorry, Trish.
Scutch him. But yeah, it's Scott. But I think sometimes, I mean, I'd rather go looking to debunk, because then I'm not as scared. Once I've debunked, it's like that fear in my mind sits still.
I've just had one, Trish.
But I've just slapped him. But yeah, I think there might have been some good stuff caught at standing in the wood, a twig snaps, it's a poltergeist, it's probably a fecking badger. Exactly.
Could be a demon.
Yeah. Do you know, I mean, when you're out in woods, you've got so many animals that make noises. I mean, you've got what were it? A cat, owl cat.
Owl cat.
An owl cat. Could be a whole branch falling off a tree. Yeah. It could be a whole branch falling off a tree. I mean, if we hadn't gone back down,
and we didn't even say that was paranormal.
If we'd have gone back down to that tree, hadn't gone back down, we just heard that noise. That could have been blown into a big things. Yeah, no, it's John's owl cat. That's it, Tracy. It has Catherine. There's a few things I see people present in evidence that I debunk. Yeah, it's.
I mean, we try as best. We do try as best to debunk as much as we can, but we still might miss things. Do you know?
Well, we do,
We're
but I think
perfect,
sometimes
but we don't do it on purpose.
Nobody's perfect.
Was Paul O'Grady doing a runner from the coal house at Most Haunted Alive? Right, said the ghost had chased me out. National Treasure, so funny. I think I saw that one. Yeah, it was Sherwood Forest when we had that growl.
Yeah, it were. But the growling was in between you both. Yeah. It wasn't. When they heard the growling, they heard it from in between them. But that's not to say again on the other hand that there could be an echo. You know, you don't know these things. But this is why you have to keep going back, I think, to places to try and build that reputation up and that.
That tree. Oh, don't even get started with that tree.
People familiar with the nocturnal wildlife. Barn owls, for example, don't hoot. They do. And I tell you another thing though, Brett, what got me? Before we moved where we were, my house used to back onto a field, but I'd never heard any wildlife on that field at night time. Strangely. But when we moved to where we are now,
demons had killed them.
When we moved to where we are now, when we first moved in, I were ready to phone police. We were laid in bed one night and we thought that a woman was getting murdered. The screaming was horrendous. Yeah, we thought there was somebody getting hurt, and we were about to phone 999, and then we were like looking out a bedroom window. We got windows open, and we were looking to see where this noise was coming from. And I know. And everything, and it turned out it were foxes.
It were fox.
It was a fox that was screaming like a human,
like a banshee.
And yeah, it really, it were unbelievable. You couldn't believe it. Yeah, Lindsay. One place I'd done 3 times a week for quite some time. Towards and that was crazy. Even I went on edge. The copper that came with us legged it really. But that's the thing. This is why we have to go back to places, though, isn't it, Trish? Because once you get that bit of information, you've got to like go back and
Vixens scream when they are in heat. They sound like murder.
That's what it sounded like. It sounded like somebody was being murdered on our field. And then after that, you kept hearing it so often that now, even if one of the neighbours were being murdered, we just think it were foxes on field. I used to hear what sounded like a woman shrieking, still no idea what it was, presuming it were animals. Again, Scott, I had more than likely.
Do you know what were just as freaky as that when we first moved in here? Well, that flock of birds that used to be about in the morning. There were thousands and thousands of birds just flying in a circle.
7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, every morning.
Every morning.
Thousands of birds just flying in a circle.
And they were just black. And some would swoop down, some would stay. But they went that way, then up, then down, then up, and then just did a full big circle round properties and then shot off.
Then they'd land and then they'd come back, wouldn't they?
And we've not seen them for a few years now. But then again, we're not stood on front smoking at 7 o'clock in the morning.
When we used to smoke, you see, so we used to see them all stood out front.
I was in stitches watching him run to the door. I got the EVP everywhere, and all you hear is people running and me laughing. Used to. Do you know? I'll have to. Is that what? Have you got that one on YouTube? That one, Trish. You have to let me know if it's on YouTube, because I'll go and put it on and watch it. I can't get comfortable. I'm gonna have to. I'm on camera still, but I'm not. I know. I'll lean my eye so you can see my eye. Don't turn it. I'm in an uncomfortable position. I'll come back on in a minute, I promise. So, yeah. So then, because Andy does...
I'm making it look like I'm saying it. I'm doing that like Bruce Lee thing.
No, it's still not been... Grabbed a phrase recorder. Right, my lovely. Evening, Helen, my lovely. Just a quick hello. Helen, sending you big hugs and... lots of healing energies, my lovely, and get well soon, sweetie.
Yeah, I'm saying, Brett. I love it when they get freaked out.
Here to my sixes. Oh dear. You don't seem to get Freaked out though, freaked out.
No,
Oh, you
I've
don't respond
I've
in
never
that
got
way.
freaked out properly. I've got on edge.
I wonder if we ever will.
I don't know.
I wonder whether we're ever going to be live and properly get freaked out to a point where you guys are absolutely howling at us for running like little girls. Oh, John doesn't scare. He doesn't. But I'm the same, and usually they freak themselves out. They do, Sam. A lot of people freak themselves out. It's like when they stood in dark and they stood in a circle, and somebody else said, "Oh, something's just touched my arm," but they've not noticed that there's a person stood near them.
We once went on an event, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it was at Old Gresley
Hall.
Gresley Hall. I think it ran Nottingham.
We did try to go live, and we did try to do a video, but it just didn't pan out. And
they threw everything out at window and packed lot in.
Yeah.
But we stayed with them for a while with group, and then we said, we were out to go off on his own and do something. They said, yeah, that's fine. So when they did their opening circle and everything, and they do that pendulum thing at the start, they're doing a lot of events. Everyone's saying, I can feel a cold draft around my legs.
And we didn't notice it though.
We never said that, but we're like, I can't feel now.
I could feel the draft.
But you didn't say no. Anyway, and then when we left then, we went into another room that backed onto this room, and there's a window that's like half open, and there's like gusts of wind coming in. And then in wall, there's a big hole that you could get through, going through into that room.
But you didn't notice that.
Because it was dark in the room.
And that's where draft was coming from. The draft was actually coming from up the stairs and from the window. They were coming through wall because the door kept blowing as well. But there was but we even said there's no wind. That door can't open, there's no wind. But you couldn't feel any wind. But that draft that kept, because it did just come and go. It weren't a constant draft round my legs. And
there were a big hole in wall.
There were a big hole in wall. And we didn't notice that till after we went on his own, because otherwise I would have said. And
we went to a place in Birmingham before we started doing these live.
Before we started going live, weren't it?
Social media about 3-4 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Went to a place called Four Crosses in Birmingham.
I don't know if you ever heard. It shut down, and then I think
it's reopened. Again, we went on an event with a team. I don't even think that team's going now anymore, are they?
No, that team.
It was a great team. They were lovely. And but we booked in.
We booked to stay, didn't we?
In pub.
But when we got there, you got Ouija board out your downstairs.
Well, no, but when we first got there, we got into his room, and then we had to walk around pub, and there were nobody else stopping there, or there were nobody there, so all rooms were unlocked. So I went in this one room, and there's a big hole about the size of a cricket ball in window.
Sorry, I'm reading. You
So later on, we went back into this room with group, and we're all sat there, and like people sat on beds, and people stood about, and they're shouting out. And this woman starts freaking out because curtains moving. Oh, that curtain's moving. All windows are shut and that curtain's moving. I said, look in that pane of glass, there's a big hole in it.
Yeah.
And, so it was like, they said people just freak themselves out. They don't look for an explanation.
Like Sam says, he freaks himself out, but it's normally 10 minutes after it's happened. Everyone go watch Sam being chased by a cow after this stream. Best laugh you'll ever have. Oh, my God, I'm sharing that. Oh dear, I'm scared to death of cows, so you'll never get me in a cow field.
I arranged to, not arranged to go. We're discussing to go with one of the explorers, and it was old farmhouse, and we're all set up and everything. Until he told me we got to walk about half a mile through this field that were full of cows and bulls.
And then you're like, no,
you're all right.
No. One of my team got it on live. Where a cow attacked him twice. Oh my!
A crow
attacked him twice. Do you know, people were asking for the cow merch. Oh dear, it wasn't in a field, Lindsay. It was inside. It was inside a house. Oh, that's just got to. I want to see these. You're going to have to share me links so I know what videos I'm looking for. Trisha, you got yours on video as well. You're going to have to drop me links so we can go on and have a look at these videos. I'll cry though. Sam, I'll be laughing, but I do cry. A cow in a house got to be a woman. Trish, you'll get a shot.
I was getting cow jokes for months.
Oh my God.
Don't worry, I'm still getting tree jokes now.
Yeah, which tree? That tree.
Which tree?
That one over there. The crow in our old group a few months ago will add you to it. Oh, cheers, Trish, my lovely.
If you didn't see that one, I were in a wood and people, well, there were two, weren't there? One time I were in a wood, thousands of trees, and they're going, go back to that tree. Which tree?
And you were on Facebook, so there were
30-second delay.
Yeah.
So I'm going this one, and then no's coming up from previous one, and then going, no, not that one before.
Tree jokes won't ever stop. No, they won't. They won't.
And then they were that in graveyard, weren't they? Where they were that grave under the tree.
I went back to the car for that though, because
Scotty, I went to a tree, and Scotty told me it was right tree, and then Cliff saying, no, not that one.
And it weren't right tree though.
No, it weren't. It was the wrong tree Scotty sent me to. You know.
Hey dear. Oh God. Yeah. No, I love seeing funny side of things though. But you've got to admit you do laugh though at other people's expenses. You know. Owlcat were another one when you were in woods and you saw eyes. What were eyes now though? Were they yellow eyes or?
No, it never even entered my head that it could be a cat. Because it was sat quite open in the tree and it was just sort of looking at me, I just presumed it was an owl. And I could hear an owl, so I presumed it was that I could see, and it weren't, it was a cat. And
only noticed I wasn't on the live chat, for God's sake, but I've missed loads. Oh, bless you, Trish. Oh. But yeah, that owl cat was funny, because you could actually see eyes.
It were a cat?
Yeah, it were.
It was me that said it were an owl.
Yeah. That was a strange thing though, that we saw though. We were at that cemetery and Winder.
White
Rose Paranormal. And me and Ellen were, John were looking one way and me and Ellen were looking another. And as I drove past, I shone my light up. And I caught a reflection of two eyes, and then I shone my torch back up, and it caught it again. And I says to Ellen, "What's that?" I says, "What's my light reflecting off?" And as Ellen looked, she shone her torch up, and you just saw this dark figure jump to the ground and scuttle off. Now I said to Ellen, it was difficult to explain because it was at this high. It was high up. It wasn't low. But I don't know whether that were a rat or something that were stood up.
On a gravestone. On top of a gravestone or something.
Yeah, and we've caught that, and then it's jumped down because again, you were surrounded because there were lots of high grass and everything round. But it were really, really weird on how we did it, but I don't think we actually caught it on camera what we did.
So we were going to investigate in the woods on a certain day. Me and Rachel were going to hide in the bushes. The white sheets, so I didn't do it now.
Oh dear, I'd have loved that. I would have loved that, Sam.
Should we get a drink?
I'd actually go and do that.
Feet, you had your supper.
You know, that dog and her eating habits. Oh, got heartburn coming back on. So yeah, but I think I'd like to spook somebody, but then I won't like it being done to myself. I think I'd poop myself. Should have done it, Sam. Yeah, should have done it. But then again, it's one of them. And Sheep Joanne, every Christmas Eve, I take Christmas lights to put on the grave. Forgot I torched last year. My daughter could see all those eyes heading our way. Scrambles the phone torch, and it was a herd of sheep. Oh no! Wow! I did in a cemetery with friends as a teenager, and got a lift home from the police one Halloween. Oh, Joanne! Dear no. Nice ride home in back of a police car. That's crazy. Yeah, well, pitch black. I'd see. I couldn't do. I I won't be able to go out without a torch. I have got a fear at dark, really badly. Have I got a fear of being in dark, and I don't know why. I don't know where this fear comes from, but I do know that I've got that fear of being in dark. So I won't go nowhere without my torch or a light. But yeah, woods again though. Woods are my favorite. Woods are my worst. Woods would have to be my worst place. Couldn't feel them walking home. Were comfy than walking home in back of a police car. Went to the local old folks home dressed as the. Oh dear! But this sort of funny side. I don't fear dark only. Where that any evil human is hiding in it. So yeah, One Woodlands is pitch black. Yeah, but if I've got my torch on me, and John's lights, them lights what he's got on his thing, they like illuminate everything. So I'm hoping it's not going to be too dark. I might do One Woods as a daytime investigation and see what we come across in day and see how I feel. Because again, I think daytime and nighttime, you get two different feelings from it, don't you? To do an invest on daytime and then do an invest at nighttime, you get it's complete different feeling you get. But again, I think that's a fear factor. I think it's a mind fear factor. So you need to go at night to see
the spirit lights.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we will do, but I think I'd start off in day, and if I don't like it, I'll go back to car.
What we might do is go at dusk, take radios. I'll take you back to the car before it goes dark.
Yeah.
And I'll go
and
back.
You'll go back in. Evening, Margaret, my
Evening,
lovely.
Margaret. What?
Oh dear. I'm just gonna have to stand up because I'm
I'm
uncomfortable.
It was believed the laundry room in a hotel I worked in was haunted.
Oh, this hot bird.
With a walkie-talkie hidden
in my head in.
Splitting my sides when people ran out of there. Sam's just saying he used to hotel he used to work at with. They thought it were haunted, but it ran with a walkie-talkie hidden.
Hey dear.
So so what have we been talking about then while I've been making my drink?
We haven't. I've just been reading a few comments.
What were we talking about before I went to make my drink?
I don't know.
No, I don't either.
Sam and the cow. Making people jump.
Cool.
Trisha's just put she's not been on live chat, so she's missed a load of comments. Cause,
I do that all the time.
I do that when I'm on chats.
And I only notice when somebody puts hi somebody and I said to you, well, they're not even on.
Yeah.
So yeah. So you're ready to call it?
Yeah. We are live tomorrow night, though.
Yeah, we are live tomorrow night. Apparently, we're in the shed tomorrow night. There'll be a chit chat, but we are going to try and do some experiments.
Don't know what we yet.
We'll sort something out.
Might use pendulum. I might done it a few months ago at a mansion to a fire investigator. Got him, I think, out live. Then hunting for the walkies. A friend of mine in Belfast used to climb onto the roof of a terraced house and talk down the gym. Oh my God.
Only a short one tonight, they said. We did say only a short one, it still works out at an hour. You know what Lindsay's like when she starts talking?
Yeah, me. No, I'm still
She's
not.
Not been very well. We were late tonight because she fell to sleep and I didn't want to wake her up.
Oh, yeah.
She's been pulled in, and all weekend I've had this blooming toothache. Well, it started Wednesday night when we were at Derby Jail. It started on the way home, didn't it?
Yeah.
And Thursday was just shocking all day.
His face went like a big balloon.
And I don't know what still don't know what it is. Thursday all day I had to have water. I had to keep cold water in my mouth near my tooth. And then when it started getting warm, pain had come back, so I have to spit that out. And then, because I was sick of drinking water, and then put cold. And if I didn't have cold water for like 10 seconds, this pain I was just want to shoot through the ceiling. Got an emergency dentist appointment Friday morning, and they said it was a hypersensitive tooth, and they couldn't see nothing on X-ray. but it could be cracked,
There
but
ain't
it's
no
not.
one.
But it's not showing up on X-ray, and they'll only know when crack gets bigger, and there's nothing they can do until then.
So you've got another appointment tomorrow.
So I've got
with
an
a different
appointment,
dentist.
a different dentist tomorrow. See if we can sort it. But it has eased a bit now. They did put some desensitizing stuff on it, and it seemed to help for a day.
I've had a bad cough for 2 weeks, can't she?
And fags won't be helping you.
That everybody though, I mean, I know Carol, she's got a bad chest infection, and a lot of people are getting this like coldy type of fluey type of bug thing, and they can't shift it, and it seems to get a lot worse before it gets better as well, which is it's not good. So drop a whiskey in your tea, as my nan always used to say.
I could have slapped her Thursday.
So all I kept saying to him.
Have a drink of whiskey, man.
I'm telling him to rub whiskey on his gums. That desensitized helped me 4 months. Trouble is, it's stains your teeth. Luckily, it's one of his back ones, so
it's just one tooth, and it honestly, but it were all that side of my mouth that it's like you get that phantom pain.
Margaret, you've got man flu.
Oh, yeah, you can keep it.
No,
clove oil.
We don't get it.
I know. That was other thing. We didn't have any clove oil.
But we still haven't been to shops and got any cloves for clove oil.
I did go and get Gemma sent us a link for some stuff, didn't she?
Yeah, you got that.
I got that. That were really good. So a bit like Bonjela for grown-ups, isn't it?
It is the worst illness ever, Trish. Man flu. It is. It's awful.
It's not half as bad as what it were now, Eleanor.
Oragel is great. I thought
that's what it were.
Trish, Oragel. That's what I went and got.
Sure it were. Fifi, I'm not going anywhere. Dog, you can ask. The dog's telling me off now. I've done with it. It don't matter.
Dear.
It were Oragel.
Clove oil for toothache. You have to try some of that. Come on.
Yep.
You have to try some of that then. But yeah, I'm gonna have to. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to stand up. I've got heartburn again, and it's not shifting.
We'll get off anyway now. We're gonna call it tonight, but we will be on tomorrow night. Like I said, hopefully we'll be doing some experiments in the shed. Wednesday night, we're looking to be out investigating, all being well and weather permitting.
Weather looks all right for Wednesday.
Weather looks all right, so we just need a location.
Yeah, because we've not been very well. We've not looked at locations. And I've
called you and I will do.
I
just bought first one I saw. So yeah, I'm glad you've all enjoyed it. I'm glad. Cheers, Brett. Yeah, take care all, and
sweet dreams, my lovelies.
Sweet dreams, and we shall see you all. Yeah, I know clove oil is absolutely minging. I've had it before. Yeah. Anyway, take care, guys, and we shall see you tomorrow night.
Well, it's heartburn.